Hello class, I'm Happy Narang, your subject teacher of Fundamental of Soil Science. From last 2 days we were discussing about the agricultural contaminants and organic and inorganic contaminants of soil. Today we will be discussing about the prevention and mitigation practices. Soil pollution is major threat to soil and all living organisms, that is flora and fauna. Soil and peoples have a great relationship as food security, water security, ecosystem services, climate change, poverty alleviation, sustainable development and health of all living organisms, etc. It is said a nation that destroys its soil destroys itself, as you can see over here. This is worsening worldwide land degradation critical which undermining well-being of 3.2 billion people. Soil pollution is harmful to the earth of humans, animals, birds, plants and microbes etc. In human diseases like blue baby diseases caused by nitrate, diseases of kidney, lungs and liver caused by heavy metals, risk of brain, prostate, colon cancer, lymphoma cancer and white blood cell deficiency increases 6 times caused by chemical pesticides and fertilizer. Polluted soil and plants are alters plant metabolism, reduction growth and yields, reduction in crop quality and so food security problem. Sustainable management of polluted soils are the voluntary guidelines for sustainable soil management provides guidance on sustainable soil management practices. SSM is important to reduce soil pollution and improve health of all. Recommendations for sustainable soil management has following 11 points that are minimal rates of soil erosion, the soil structure is not degraded, for an example soil compaction, sufficient surface cover, soil organic matter is stable or increasing, maintain or improve soil fertility and productivity, soil salinization, solidification and alkalinization are minimal, water management, that is conservation and drainage, contaminants are below toxic level, that is pollution, soil biodiversity increasing, the soil management system rely on optimized and safe use of inputs and soil sealing is minimized. Best management practices are individual or combinations of management practices which are economical, reducing damage to the environment. To reduce pollution from nutrients are nutrients management, irrigation water management, agricultural waste management and composting. Integrated crop management are cropping pattern and rotation, conservation, minimum tillage, intercropping, green manuring, brown manuring, use of good varieties and genotypes, less use of chemical fertilizers and pesticide, increase wildlife habitats, improvement in soil biodiversity, as you can see in this figure. Integrated soil fertility management, that is ISFM, are excessive application of chemical fertilizer, especially nitrogen and phosphorus, are the main contributors to agricultural pollution. Integrated nutrients management, combine use of chemical organic biofertilizers, improve plant growth and development. Biomass, root biomass helps in phytoremediation process of polluted soils. Maintaining organic carbon rich soils, restoring and improving degraded agricultural lands play an important role in addressing the threefold challenge of food security, climate change, and the mitigation of anthropogenic emissions. Best management practices are of the following: organic fertilizers, increase crop productivity, growers' income, soil fertility, and health. It is able to bind heavy metals. It plays a central role in maintaining soil functions and preventing soil degradation. It increase NUE and reduce soil pollution. Biofertilizers microbes are beneficial microbes, bacteria, fungi, protozoa, algae, and viruses are the examples. It also plays significant role in solid wastage and sewage management. It increases plants' tolerance to different environmental stresses. It increases plant resistance to insect and diseases attacks. It increases NUE and reduce soil pollution. Integrated pest management is based on prevention, monitoring, and control, which offers the opportunity to eliminate or drastically reduce the use of pesticide. IPM use a variety of techniques, for an example, physical, chemical, and biological strategies to control a pest problems. It also encouraging crop rotations, which encourage low or no pesticide use. Now comes integrated weed management. Integrated weed management is based on prevention, monitoring, and control, which offers the opportunity to eliminate or drastically reduce the use of herbicides. The problem of controlling weeds without synthetic herbicide under the rules of organic agriculture is challenging. Crop rotation, mulching, etc. Alfalfa and other hay crops are often regarded as smoother crops, etc. Precision agriculture can target rates of fertilizer, seed, and chemicals for soil and other conditions. Precision reduce environmental loading by applying fertilizers and pesticides only where they are needed and when they are needed. Precision agricultural benefits to the environment come from more targeted use of inputs that reduce losses from excess applications. Drone technology monitor crops and soil, leading to reduction in the use of fertilizer and water. In Moscow, there is 20% less nitrogen. In UK, less herbicides in wheat. In Denmark, less water for barley. And in China, rice crop nitrogen and water, etc. In Kenya, Africa, drones have been used to assess livestock affected by foot and mouth diseases. Drone technology monitoring crop damage caused by wild animals in Kenya. Road junctions and industrial buildings are possible sources of heavy metals in the urban soils in Hong Kong. Biotechnology is environment friendly, cleaning oil contaminated soil and water microbes. Bioremediation and phytoremediation, biosorption of heavy metals by organisms, use of biofertilizers and biopesticides. Nanotechnology in soil decrease the mobility of pesticide in soil. Nanoparticles used in cleaning of water and wastewater. Silver nanoparticles improve soil microbial communities and bacterial nitrification in soil. Using poor quality water, increase in pollution and decrease in good quality water resources. Need to use poor quality irrigation water for agriculture productions. The use of poor quality water required three changes from standard irrigation practices, that are selection of appropriately salt tolerant crops, improvements in water management practices, alternate in irrigation strategy, etc., and maintenance of soil physical properties to assure soil tilth and adequate soil permeability. Leaching of soils, drainage amendments, gypsum method of sowing, ridge plantation, aged seedling transplantation in rice, crop rotation, etc. Humic acid used for soil washing of polluted soils, and humic acids also promote microbial activity in soil. In case of salt affected soils are chemical amendments, physical leaching, and biological green manuring and organic matter. Salt affected areas of the world greater than 10 million hectare. The region are following: North America and area is 16 million hectare, Argentina 86 million hectare, India 24 million hectare, Iran 27 million hectare, Pakistan 10 million hectare, and China 37 million hectare, etc. There are some suggestions. The use of best management practices which are sustainable to are suggested to decrease soil pollution, improve health of soil and health of all. Avoiding, reducing, and reversing land degradation is essential for reaching the majority of sustainable development goals and would synergistically support nearly all of them. The three technological solutions suggested in literature to control soil pollution are control technologies and monitoring, prevention technologies which create less pollution in their life cycle, and recycling technologies are recovering valuable materials from waste or wastewater and preventing pollution of the environment. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.